Maura Murray was a bright light in the lives of those who knew her. At just 21, she was a dedicated nursing student with dreams of making a difference in the world. Her laughter could fill a room, and her compassion for others was palpable. Yet, in the days leading up to her disappearance in February 2004, there was a subtle shift in her demeanor. Friends noticed her distracted gaze, the way her laughter sometimes faltered, and how she seemed to withdraw into herself. She had packed a small bag, her belongings tossed in with a haphazard urgency, and told her friends she needed to attend to a family matter. There was no explanation, no urgency in her voice, just a vague promise that she would return in a few days. On that fateful evening, February 9th, Maura's car met a tragic fate on a frozen road in New Hampshire. The air was frigid, the night dark, and the roads treacherous. At approximately 7:25 p.m., her vehicle crashed into a tree. A nearby woman, hearing the impact, immediately called the police. But when the authorities arrived, they found the car empty. Maura was gone. The scene was perplexing. The car bore the marks of the crash, front-end damage, the airbag deployed, but there was no blood, no sign of struggle. Inside, remnants of a life abruptly interrupted lay scattered about. A half-empty bottle of wine, a geography book, and a printed hotel reservation hinted at plans that would never come to fruition. The police began their search, employing dogs to track Maura's scent, but they could only follow it for a short distance before losing it entirely. It was as if the earth itself had swallowed her whole. As days turned into weeks, theories began to swirl around Maura's disappearance. Did she want to escape the pressures of her life? Was she abducted by someone who had been watching her? Or did she wander into the dark woods, lost and alone, succumbing to the unforgiving cold? Each theory presented its own haunting questions, yet none could provide answers. There was no body, no clothing, no personal belongings left behind, nothing to suggest what had happened to Maura. In the days leading up to her disappearance, Maura had been searching for accommodations in Vermont, making calls to various hotels. What was she planning? Was there something in Vermont that called to her, or was it merely a random destination? Friends and family were left to speculate, their minds racing with possibilities. Online communities began to delve into the mystery, crafting elaborate theories. Was Maura being followed? Did she have a secret life no one knew about? Was she the victim of a crime that left no trace? As the years passed, the case grew colder, yet the memory of Maura remained alive in the hearts of those who loved her. Over 20 years had gone by, and still, no trace of her was found. The vast, cold wilderness of New Hampshire held its secrets tightly, and with each passing year, the hope of finding her dimmed. Yet, in the silence of her absence, some began to wonder if Maura had found a different kind of freedom. Perhaps her disappearance was not a tragedy, but a choice. In a world that often felt overwhelming, maybe she sought solace in the unknown, leaving behind the weight of expectations and responsibilities. Or perhaps the mystery of her disappearance was precisely what she intended to leave behind, a puzzle that would keep her memory alive, a haunting echo of a life lived on her own terms. The questions linger, unanswered, as time marches on. If Maura is out there somewhere, her silence speaks volumes, a testament to the complexity of the human spirit and the enduring power of mystery. The search for answers continues, but perhaps the greatest mystery of all is not what happened to Maura, but what she truly sought in her final moments.